The process of going through withdrawal from prescription medications can be traumatic for many people. And a part of healing is learning to work through that PTSD sort of feeling that can come with the withdrawal process. That's what I'm going to talk about in this video. Stay tuned. I think you'll enjoy it. Hello there everyone and welcome back to The Lovely Grind. My name is Michael Preby and my website is lovelygrind.com. That's where you're going to find blog posts about health, healing, and happiness. That's where you can find information about my coaching sessions. That's where you can sign up for my monthly support and success membership, which is a great and affordable way to find regular inspiration and support for your healing journey. So check out lovelygrind.com, and I'm glad you're checking out this video that I'm making today, which is going to talk about something that maybe isn't talked about enough, and that's working through the traumatic aspect of withdrawal. There's those PTSD sort of feelings that can linger for people who have gone through a lengthy and difficult medication taper, who have gone through a lengthy withdrawal process, or one with many different symptoms. So a part of healing and moving forward is learning how to work through those PTSD sort of feelings so that we're not controlled by lingering timidity and fear for the rest of our lives. If you haven't seen my videos before, I was on the SSRI Paxil and the Benzodiazepine medication Xanax, both for over a dozen years. I was prescribed those for panic attacks and generalized anxiety when I was entering my final year of university. And then I decided to get off the medications in my mid-30s. I got hit by a withdrawal that lasted a while, but I did see improvements. I found healing. I held on to the hope and ultimately moved on with my life and got to a point where I feel good, right? And you work through PTSD feelings. I mean, that was certainly a part of it for me. And I think it is for a lot of people I talk to and a lot of people that watch my videos. The withdrawal can be a traumatic experience for many reasons. There's all the physical symptoms that can leave us wondering what the heck's wrong with ourselves. There's all the mental and emotional symptoms that can leave us questioning our sanity or leave us, just kind of withdrawn inward too much. So it's very isolating. There's that depersonalization, derealization that hits a lot of people. That can be traumatic. There's a lot of sensitivities, whether it's to, stuff like caffeine or alcohol or high stress or a lot of environmental stimulus. There's just a lot of sensitivities that can hit a person. So for a while, you feel like you're walking on eggshells, not sure what you can do, what you can't do. There's just a whole lot of things that can lead to us feeling rather traumatized as time goes on. Even after we're feeling better, there's still that lingering feeling of kind of being shell-shocked, like we just came out of something super heavy, something that was just battering us on every front and leaves us wondering, can things be good again? Can I anticipate good things? Can I do the things I used to enjoy? And so on and so forth. So a part of healing that needs to be talked about is working through those PTSD sorts of feelings. And the part of that I'm going to talk about in today's video is mitigating the traumatic aspect of withdrawal even as it's going on. And what do I mean by that? Okay, so The Lovely Grind, the name of my website, the name of my YouTube channel, I just talked about that in one of my last newsletters. What that means is that even though life might be a grind and a difficult one at times, we find ways to make it lovely. Find little moments of joy, compassion, little moments of growth, little moments of hope, little moments of pleasure, even as these things are difficult for us in life, including withdrawal. So part of mitigating the trauma aspect of withdrawal is finding those little moments of connection, joy, personal growth, hope, creativity, spiritual connection, etc., even during the worst of times. Let me give you a couple examples from my own life. And let me just say, by doing that, then what we can do is we can look back on the experience, and it's not all just pain. We have other memories from the process. That's the important thing here. So let me give you a few examples from my own life. So when I was tapering the Xanax, I was also going through Paxil withdrawal at that time. Very, very difficult time for me. I can remember being at a cottage that summer with my family. It was an annual tradition that we still do most years. In August, we go to a cottage in northern Wisconsin, get together with everyone. Well, as I was tapering the Xanax that year and going through Paxil withdrawal, I was not in a great place physically or mentally, but especially mentally. So I remember from that trip being lost in my own head, having disturbing thoughts, having high anxiety. Okay, it was difficult. I also remember spending time with family and doing something like, say, driving around with one of my brothers. We'll go drive around and look for little lakes or abandoned houses to explore. I think during that particular trip, we found like some wild raspberries that we grabbed and brought back with us. So I remember those things too. And by having those good memories side by side with the bad ones, I can look back and not just be overwhelmed by thinking about how painful things were back then. I have good memories right alongside it. Another example, I can remember when I was off the pills for a while, I was starting to feel better, but I was still questioning a lot. Some of you might know how that is. You're doing better, but you feel like you have a worse day or a worse week, or you're not getting as good as fast as you hoped you would. I can remember still, wavering back and forth. And so I was thinking about checking myself into like the Mayo Clinic, in Minnesota, and, saying, okay, I'll just check myself in, do what you want with me physically, psychologically. I need some scans. I need some therapy. I need something to find out what's going wrong with me, or if something else besides this withdrawal thing is going wrong with me. So it was a very tough period right then, because I was questioning things and still hurting. But I remember sitting down with my father and talking to him about this. And I remember his support, him saying, I'll take you where you want to go. I'll do what you want to do. Maybe give it a little more time though, but I'm there for you, and, we'll do this together. That's what I remember ultimately from that period, that support. I remember just that family time, that father-son connection. So that's a good memory for me right alongside that bad. And also things like creative work or little goals I had set for myself. Like I remember finishing my first short story after getting off the Xanax, even though I had a lot of brain fog and physical pains, and it was like a huge accomplishment for me. I'll never forget that. I remember pushing myself to start working out, listening to some like inspiring Rocky sort of music, and how proud I felt of myself, even with a short workout, even with just walking at night. I felt like really proud of myself. I'll never forget that. I'll never forget like shadow boxing, like in my bathroom of the apartment I lived in at the time, listening to some music in the winter time, just trying to get in shape and get that life flowing back through me. So there's those moments of creativity, determination, self-growth, spiritual connection. There was times back then when I was, diving into devotions or scripture or writing devotions. I wrote a lot of devotions little by little through that time. Those were periods of really deep, profound spiritual meaning for me. And frankly, I look back at some of that stuff, believe it or not, with fondness for how strong and how deep I felt things and how meaningful things were, and how I didn't even have to try. Everything was such a struggle. I wouldn't necessarily take the pain back from that time, but that really desperate, passionate determination that led to like personal growth and spiritual connection and moving forward. That's a good memory I have, right alongside the bad stuff. So that's a part of mitigating the traumatic aspect of withdrawal, even within the withdrawal experience, so that when you get past it, look back on it, you don't just say, oh man, that was just such a painful memory that's going to rule my life forever. You say, no, it was a very challenging period, but I've got a lot of good stuff I take out of that. And that allows me to not be ever controlled or overwhelmed by the bad aspects of it, the difficult aspects. So I hope you understand what I'm saying in this video about mitigating the trauma of withdrawal even during withdrawal, and how that leads to less PTSD sort of feelings in the future. Hope you found it helpful. Again, click thumbs up on the video if you like it. Subscribe to this YouTube channel. Hope you visit lovelygrind.com. Sign up for my mailing list to get all my newsletters. Message me about coaching, or check out that support and success area. It's a really great area I hope you'll enjoy. Keep checking out these videos, and until next time, please remember to take care of yourself and your dreams.